Well, Christmas shopping, decorating, family get-togethers, cooking, it can all add up to a stressful holiday season. With some advice to ease your stress over Christmas and New Year's, we are joined by Nataxja Cini of Family Therapy. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a hard time for some people, isn't it?
It's a very hard time for multiple reasons. I mean, there are all these expectations put on us, all this commercialism, all this buy, do, get this, get that. We kind of lose the track of this is supposed to be actually enjoyable.
And so let's go through some of your advice, like what your tips are to make it enjoyable, because I think that's one of the biggest things is we get lost in that, right? We get lost in, like you say, all the things we have to see and do and plan for, and then we get stressed out because we haven't really taken any time for ourselves to relax.
Exactly. So really think about what you want to get from the season. You know, there's all these children's concerts, the Nutcracker, all these things to go and do. But what is it that you want? What brings you joy, brings your family joy? Would it be better for you to have a smaller gathering than to go see all 600 relatives? I mean, there's nothing worse, especially for families who are divorced. I really want you to think about for your children. Do your kids really need to have 4 Christmas dinners within 2 days? It really is a lot of stress for little kids who are running from, and even for adults who have to go visit divorced mom or divorced dad, and maybe their spouse's parents are divorced too. It is a lot to do in such a small time.
So you say prioritize, kind of make a list?
Make a list. What's important to you? What's important to your family? Is this about spending time with your children? Is it actually even spiritual time for yourself? Do you have to go do that long trip that may have bad roads and bad beds? Figure out what's important to your family. Don't get caught up in the commercialism and having to be there for everybody but yourself.
You also say don't overindulge in food and alcohol, but isn't this the time we get to do that?
Well,
is it bad for you?
Let's actually even just look at that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with enjoying, you know, whatever that special thing that you're looking for to eat once a year. The challenge, though, is if you eat too much sugar or you're going to drink too much alcohol, you're going to get dehydrated, you're going to get a sugar overload. We forget about actually having a routine as well.
Yeah.
We need that. So do enjoy that special thing that mom makes or the special thing that you make. Have a piece of it, but don't eat 6 slices of it because you're going to feel physically bad. And when you feel physically bad, it impacts your emotions. And it's not just kids who have sugary crashes.
That is true. That is very true. And you also say don't go into debt for the holidays. This is a tough one, right?
Oh my goodness gracious.
Spend at this time.
The pressure to buy and give people these spectacular presents are so much. And who needs that financial stress? Because that financial stress also leads to emotional stress, which leads to depression. And nobody wants to have cold January, February, I have no money. So talk with your family and your friends. Try to figure out what's important for you. It's not about giving gifts, but having that experience with people. Even if your friends or your family do not want to be financially responsible, like you may make that choice yourself, stick to it yourself so that you feel better about what you've done for yourself.
Okay. And you also say build in downtime. So some downtime. Yes. I know my husband and I had this conversation yesterday where we were looking at our calendar for the Christmas holidays and we said, we're going this, we're hosting this, we're going this. And then I said, we have 3 days in a row where we have nothing.
Isn't that
and
nice?
I said to him, let's not do anything.
Yeah.
Let's not do anything on those 3 days in a row. So that's important, isn't it?
It's extremely important. I mean, that back to routines. We all know little children need to have a routine. They're better when they're structured. Adults are better when they're structured. Some adults, not everybody. Some people don't like structure. But having that downtime to recharge and rejuvenate, I'm looking forward to reading some books of the holiday, putting my feet up, and just relaxing, whether it's I'm going to continue my runs throughout the holidays. Things that rejuvenate you, and because nothing was worse than going back to work after the holidays going, oh my gosh, I need a vacation from the holidays.
Feeling exhausted from the holidays and avoid family conflict. This one is difficult, isn't it?
Yes, yes. If you know that Aunt Judy or Uncle Bob, you know, they're going to be saying these comments, be prepared to be able to have that inner peace. You don't control what other people say or do. You only can control your reactions or responses.
Very important.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you know that someone's going to be, about politics or about something, feel free not to engage in the conversation. If someone corners you with something that, you know, they have conflict with you, you can say to them, look, this isn't a good time to talk about it. I know this is an important thing we have to talk about, but can we talk about it at a less stressful time? Someone brings up conversations you don't want to engage with, excuse yourself, go hide in the bathroom. That's an excusable thing to do. You know, it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Go play with the children, go help out in the kitchen. Do not feel the need to engage in other people's drama.
All right, we'll leave it right there, Nataxja. Always great advice, and of course, a lot of people need it at this time. Nataxja Cini, Family Therapy. We really appreciate it.
Happy holidays.
Thank you, and to you as well.